I played every new match type in WWE 2K26, from the Inferno match to the Dumpster match to the 3 Stages of Hell match, and man, were some of these matches fun. I have a lot of details here today to go on ahead and go over, but before we do that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you guys have been enjoying the 2K26 content, and shout out to 2K once again for allowing me to capture this footage early. Let's go on ahead and get to it. First match type that we want to go on ahead and start with is the Inferno match. This was my absolute most favorite match type out of all the new ones in this game, and y'all, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the Inferno match was the match type that was gonna be added, I'm like, man, no, we don't want no Inferno match type. But the things they did to make this match type different, I gotta go on ahead and give 2K their kudos for that, because it definitely caught me off guard. The number one thing that I was able to notice right away is that while the fire is still on, if you leave the ring, the fire goes down, so you are able to leave the ring and bring weapons in, and that's something that I really did enjoy, because by the time that you reach maximum fire, your ring is full of weapons, and you got tables, you got chairs, you got all that. You could take thumbtacks in there if you wanted to. You can just do whatever you want with the Inferno match before the fire just lights up to the max, and that's one thing that I really did enjoy, because there's multiple ways that you can end this match, and one of them is you can light the table on fire and end the match that way, which I thought was really nice. I thought that was like a cool touch, right? And one other thing as well is that if you have the fireball payback, you can actually use that to end the Inferno match type as well. And I really feel that the fire in the images that we were getting didn't really do the game as much justice. I still think the fire isn't perfect, nor it isn't amazing, but it's definitely better than what the pictures look like, in my opinion. I really think that match type, it has a special place for me. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I really did enjoy the match type more than any single one of them, and I was a person that went into Creator Fest thinking, oh, I can't wait to play the I Quit match, till I played the Inferno match. So definitely want to go on ahead and highlight that match. Now we get to the 3 Stages of Hell match, and the 3 Stages of Hell match was certainly an interesting match type, because the UI, you go in there, you can choose whatever match you want. I don't really remember being limited. You can choose a Hell in a Cell, False Count Anywhere match, and then Inferno match if you want, right? I was able to put an Inferno match inside my 3 Stages of Hell, so that was something that you are able to do. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You go match by match by match, and you choose which match types you want to go on ahead and put in the 3 Stages of Hell match. Now, one thing that did throw me off with the 3 Stages of Hell match was that there was a loading screen in between, and I was really somebody that at the event I advocated a lot to go on ahead and see if we can have that option turned off or on, because last time we heard that there wasn't going to be much of a loading screen in between. It's all going to be seamless, but it turns out that there is a loading screen that tells you what match types are coming up next and who won the match and whatnot, and how many wins does each wrestler have. So again, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I wasn't really too crazy about it. And one point that the developers tried to make to me was, how about a non-hardcore player such as a casual picking up this match type and play it, right? So I understood that part of it, you know, so I wasn't too mad at it. It is something that, you know, I hope that they give the fans an option to turn it off and on, because I would have loved to see the match go from one match to cutscene to, all right, let's get to it. So that's just something for preference from me. Now, when you get to the second match, the vitality stays the same. So I want to make that very clear to you guys. The health bar does not go up. It stays the same as it was the match before. Obviously, the wrestler looks probably a little bit more rested, but one thing that I saw throughout this that you guys will probably see, because there's no way for me to avoid it, is that the wrestler no longer has blood in his face like he had in the first match. This is a bug that 2K is very aware about, and they are already working to correct it, if they probably haven't corrected it yet. I don't know how fast they work on this stuff, but they are aware. So you guys don't worry, that stuff will be fixed, because the wrestler was still bleeding throughout the match, but you couldn't visually see it after the first match, but you could still see the blood hit the mat during the second match. This match type was really fun, because when the wrestlers get tired, you really feel that, and it's like, man, if you go to 3 matches, you're gonna feel extremely tired. It's almost gonna be like anything that you can hit your opponent with will end the match. So that's something to as well be aware of with the way stamina and everything works in this year's game. There is going to be a lot of fun and just intensity with these match types. Now, one thing that I was disappointed to hear with this match type is that you can not play online with it, and that was something that really disappointed me a bit, because I would have loved to see this match type online against friends and maybe even 2 other people playing it, because at the event there was a 3 stages of hell match on the big screen where 2 players were playing it, and it looked so fun watching from the outside, watching everything go down. So I would have loved to see that experience with 2 other players, you know, in the game. But again, hopefully it does make it in the future. There's probably some obstacles on there that as players we probably wouldn't be able to understand. So that's one thing to go on ahead and mention with the 3 stages of hell match. The I Quit match. This match was actually the one where I was like, man, I cannot wait to play it. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad match. It is not a bad match. It's a fun match type, and I like that the gimmick is in. The mini game is really cool because the bigger bars that you hit, it seemed like that didn't do as much damage in the actual mini game, but if you got to time the little ones, it seemed like that helped a little bit more. So I'm kind of in the middle with how I understood it, but that is what I was able to go on ahead and take away from it. But I really did have fun with this match type. I love that you can actually have a part in whether the wrestler quits or not. Back in the day, if you guys played 2K14, you were just able to kind of just wait it out, and sometimes the wrestlers took forever to quit, so 2K decided to give you some control. That's one thing for me that I like to give kudos to the franchise for, because it seems like when they bring something back, that something is always better. They did it with the special ref match, and they did it with the Inferno match, in my opinion, and I believe that they did it with the I Quit match, especially with the weapon grapples that you're now able to do. That's something that I wasn't able to trigger because I just honestly didn't know how to. I had to go up to some devs and ask, and by the time I got it, I wasn't even recording. But it's one thing that it is a really fun aspect to the match, and it's something that I think is going to be good and something different, and I believe it is exclusive to the I Quit match, if I'm not mistaken. So I definitely think that, you know, looking at this game and looking at the way that the I Quit match plays is definitely one of those welcomed match types and additions into the game compared to maybe some other match types that have not interested you in the past. I think between the first 3 match types that I've already mentioned in this video, I think there's going to be a lot of fun to be had. Now, speaking about the last 3 match types, where in my opinion, it was a really good experience, we have the dumpster match. And this match to me is almost like a reskinned casket match. The gimmick is cool, right? Because we want more gimmicks in the game, but this match plays nothing different from a casket match. And the reason why I say that is because the dumpster is ringside. The animations are very similar, if not the same. I wasn't able to play the parking lot version of this match type, and if you guys look at the ringside report, they did drop, you know, ways that you can throw your opponents into the dumpster, which I think that's the only way to play this match type. Now, I didn't get to play it at Creator Fest, but from what I was able to experience while playing this particular match type, it just wasn't something that really got me. You know, I played it just for the sake of getting gameplay, but it just didn't really, you know, hit. You know what I mean? The other 3 match types absolutely did hit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that at some point 2K probably expected this reaction from players. Again, I think that it's not a bad thing to have more options in the game and have just more gimmicks, right? Because if you have 2 goofy superstars that you think, oh man, it would be cool to put in a dumpster match, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? And again, the parking lot version of it looks much better than the one where the dumpster is ringside. I think this match type could have been digested better for me if I was able to move the dumpster around and actually do those type of animations. But I completely understand why we got a ringside version of it, because we already have a casket version of it. So why not, you know, reskin it, do things a little bit different and put it out there. But I am a little bit upset at myself and kicking myself at the moment that I wasn't able to play the backstage one to give you guys a proper opinion on it, on the dumpster match. But the ringside version one, it wasn't so different. Now, I'm just giving you guys the facts and how I feel. You could feel very different when you get your hands on the game, but the 3 match types that they added are simply really freaking good. I really did enjoy my experience with all first 3 match types that I did speak on. And now that I can speak a little bit more freely on the game, it's just one of those experiences with all of these match types that's like, whoa. You know, the Bloodline Rules match was something very similar to that type of experience last year, and honestly, the Inferno match to me is probably one of the best match types that they've added in the past like 2 years, bro. Like, I would even put the Inferno match over the Bloodline Rules match, and I'm being completely honest. That match type is absolutely amazing. I don't know why I like it so much, but I would be lying and I wouldn't be being honest if I didn't tell you guys how much I liked it. I think that when you guys get this game, that's the #1 match type that you need to try, just because you still have that freedom before the match. You're not stuck in that match type back like in WWE 13 or 2K14, I believe it was, where the fire is going, but you can't leave the ring or do any of that. I really did like that. Now, those are pretty much my 2 cents on these match types. And one thing that I do want to mention is that the Bloodline Rules match is still not online for my online players that are looking forward to playing this game online. There are still some match type limitations. The 3 Stages of Hell match is not online as well, which again, I mentioned that earlier in the video. I'm not too crazy about that, but you're going to have the dumpster match, you're going to have the I Quit match, and you're going to have the Inferno match online. So there is some support for that as well. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one, because I got more 2K26 content coming for y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.